Once, there was a man named Paul Sweeny. Paul was a substitute teacher. Being a substitute teacher was not a terribly exciting profession. This is Paul. Paul is having a good day. Earlier that week, Paul was spending some time with his friends. He has had the same friends for a very long time. Paul's friends are not movers. This is not Paul's house. If you should ever have a chance to spend time with Paul's friends, I do not recommend it. Every day, Paul went to the park to eat his lunch. Sometimes he would see a pretty girl there and wonder what it would be like to talk to her. But he just never felt that it was the right moment. Paul had never been a very daring person. Paul's friends were very daring people indeed. They would often find new and exciting ways to spend their time. Even though Paul didn't participate in their activities, he enjoyed spending time with them very much. Paul often wondered what that said about him. One day, Paul was at the library searching for a book that might tell him how to talk to girls. It just so happened that in that very same day, the girl he wanted to talk to was at the very same library. Luckily for Paul, he was feeling unusually brave that day and was able to speak to her. "Hello," said Paul. "Hi," said the girl. Paul found that it was not so difficult to talk to her after all, and regretted not having done it before. To his surprise, she even laughed at his jokes. Paul found himself thinking about the pretty girl all of the time. Even though his friends teased him about having a crush on someone, he knew that they were very happy for him. Paul and the pretty girl began to talk to each other more often. She seemed to enjoy his company as much as he enjoyed hers. Paul found that spending time in the park with the girl was much more fun than eating alone and feeling nervous. In fact, Paul felt rather happy. While helping his friends with one of their projects, Paul began to be concerned that the pretty girl might not approve of all of the things that they did. He had very strong feelings for her, but could hardly expect his friends to change. Doubts began to enter Paul's mind. He knew that he should tell his pretty girl about his friends and the sorts of things that he was an accessory to, but he just couldn't find the words. Paul knew that the two of them had something special, and he was worried about how she might react. As he waited outside a shop, he resolved to tell her everything. He hoped that she would accept him for who he was and that they could remain friends. What Paul didn't know was that the girl he loved had some surprises of her own. It seemed as if she had not been entirely honest with Paul, and that she was more his type than he ever could have imagined. Things had worked out quite well for him indeed. Paul was having a very good day.